In the prior video, we discussed the SEO side of SpyFu. The PPC side is very similar, has very similar categories, very similar data, but it is geared totally toward PPC marketers. So go up top here. I'm still using HubSpot.com as the example. You can do SpyFu.com, whatever it is you want, your vertical. Click on PPC research. You don't need to click on any of the submenus. It'll load. The overview, very similar as to what we've seen before. We can see, okay, HubSpot has like 1,300 paid keywords, over 3,000 pay-per-click clicks, and over $15,000 is estimated to be spent by HubSpot each month. You can also see a pretty cool graph that shows, look at how much more that they started spending right toward the end here. If you notice large swings upward, that could mean that, hey, this business is doing a lot better with AdWords. That's a cue to you that, hey, you know what, maybe you could tap into some of that success too. If you see large downward momentum, well, that could indicate that the business either A, is not doing well for some reason with their marketing, or B, has some other unrelated reason as to why they're pulling back, but it is important to be aware of. To the right, we have the combat info. So we see Nutshell.com and Insightly.com are close competitors to HubSpot in PPC. If you scroll here, how many keywords do any of them buy? Just under 10,000. Core starting keywords is much more important. It says how many keywords all of them buy. Here, there's 171 different keywords that all three buy. This, just like when you saw something similar on the SEO side, is a strong buy signal to you. If you want to be the fourth entrant to this market, of course, it might not be a fourth because there could be people other than the top three, but if you want to compete in this space too for those keywords, you're probably going to profit, especially if you look to see what the ad copy is that these competitors are using, because if it's working for all three of them, you can probably make it work for you too. If you scroll down, we've seen this before on the SEO side, but it's obviously very different data on the PPC side. Here, most profitable paid keywords, very important. You can see online CRM, for example, cuts straight to one of the core offerings of HubSpot. Whatever you're looking at, if you're following along, everything here that you see in this list, especially if there's hundreds or even thousands of AdWords buys that your target is purchasing, the top of the top, the cream of the crop, that's a really good signal to you that you should explore buying those for your own offering. You see the monthly cost, the cost per click, search volume, typical ad position, total ads, all of this. Very useful. If you scroll further, this is really when you start to see even more power. You see the AdWords history. If you look here to the right, you see the top ads. These are the best ads that SpyFu has detected for your target. This top one, let's see, if you hover over the highlight button, you can see to the left, it actually changes the color of these buttons. When the buttons change color, that means that each one of those boxes represents that same ad. So you see countless times that HubSpot has run the same ad copy for either the same keyword or for different keywords. And if you go down this list, you can highlight other ones too. If you see, a huge amount of repeat ad copy, that's a very, very favorable signal to you that, if it's worked over and over again for your closest competitor, that copy is probably going to work for you. You can see all these different keywords and all the various different ads they have represented by these little boxes here. If you click on one, I'm just going to click on this first one here, it actually brings up the ad copy, which is fantastic. You don't need to spend the millions of dollars that HubSpot is spending or whatever amount of money your closest competitor is spending. You can see all of this just with SpyFu. So, don't hire their marketing team. Let them work for you for free. Explore, see which of the top ones that you think you might like for your business. Mark them down on your notepad if you're taking notes. If you're on the computer, it's going to be really easy for you to copy and paste. If not, maybe just make a little reference to which one of these you want. For example, maybe you like all 3 of these to the right in the top ads category. Go ahead and make some sort of note, because you're probably going to want to come back to this for your business and explore it later. If you scroll down, you're going to see some really actionable advice by SpyFu. It's the top AdWords buy recommendations. This is going to uncover a lot of stuff that you might not have otherwise thought of. So for example, for HubSpot, it's saying free contact management is a great buy. Now, many of these have very low search volume, 60, 10, 10, 10. So, whether your niche is big or small, you're often not going to think about those search terms. However, they really add up. You add a whole bunch of these strong buys, and the reason they're strong buys is because most of HubSpot's or your competitors are not buying them. You're going to get a really favorable cost per click, and the traffic you're going to get is going to likely be well worth it. To the right, you can see competitors who bought, and these are different color circles. And what it's telling you is here, for example, in this first one, there are 5 different buyers for this, tiny search volume keyword, free contact management. So you know what? If 5 big players are all buying such a low search volume keyword, they're all interested in it, that's a really good sign that it's worth buying for you too. So this was just the overview. Again, this is very similar to the SEO side. If you go to competitors, you're going to drill down into the top competitors on the PPC side. You can scroll and see a huge list. You can click on any one of these to the left of the name. And if you check it, see, Sugar CRM check, scroll up. It's now added it to the graph. Hover over, and it will very clearly indicate where it is on the graph to the right, and you can see the history. This is a great resource for you to find possible people to emulate, possible competitors that you didn't even know about. There's a combat section on the PPC side, so if you go over to combat, very similar. You can type in 3 domains and really have them go at it. SpyFu is going to calculate the keyword universe, which is, all the keywords that any of them rank for. I think the more important number is the core starting keywords. This is where all 3 of your inputted domains rank for, have purchased keywords. So, there's 171 of these common keywords. All 3 of these competitors are buying all 171 keywords. If it's working for all of them and you can see their ad copy right in SpyFu, it is probably going to work for you if you have a comparable offering. Scroll down and you see examples of some of these keywords. You see the CPC, the click-through rating, the monthly cost, the monthly clicks, all great ideas for you to consider. To the right, keyword groups. I'm a huge fan of this, just like with the SEO side. To the left, you're going to see groupings of keywords on the PPC side that you might consider buying. Okay, so in the left here, we can see free. There's 209 keywords that HubSpot wanted to buy that can be categorized as having something to do with the word free. There's 193 for CRM. Let's click on CRM, and we see subcategories: CRM software, CRM free, CRM online. Let's click on CRM online. And to the right, you see all of these similar related keywords, their search volume, their cost per click, their difficulty if you wanted to rank for them organically with SEO, and the approximate monthly cost. So super good ideas. If if you have something to do with one of these keyword groups, drill down, click on them, click on the most relevant subgroup, and you're going to see some really good ideas. If you go over to PPC keywords up top, you can really access a wealth of information here, and you can sort it, which is very helpful. So let's say you want to sort by cost per click. All you have to do is click on that up top, and right away you're seeing the most expensive keywords that HubSpot is buying. So they're willing to pay $36.82 approximately for a single person to click a one-time on email marketing automation. That gets about 720 searches a month, and it costs HubSpot about $6,000, given that their ad position is only 8, and given that not everyone obviously is going to click on that. So if you scroll down, you really start to get a feel, okay, these are the most valuable, these are the highest CPC. You can sort by monthly searches, whatever you want, whatever you see here, you can click on it and sort either ascending or descending. And this is going to give you some really, really good ideas. If you go up here, add history, right under the PPC research menu, this gives you something you've seen before in the overview, but much, much more in depth. You have a huge list to the right of top ads. You can scroll down, you can, hover over to highlight. This is going to drill down into one of the main reasons people use a competitive intelligence tool, and that is to see exactly what these competitors are buying and what their ad copy is. So if you just click, I'm going to click on the first one, goes straight to the ad copy. All you have to do is use similar copy and you're probably going to get similar results if you have a similar product. Scroll up, do AdWords Advisor. This is a really actionable tool where SpyFu is going to just use its algorithms to compute what it thinks you should buy. So we've seen some of this information before, but this really goes much more in depth. You see free contact management, you see the cost per click, you see the impressions, you see how many people are buying it, and that's just one keyword. You can scroll down and down and down, and you're going to see a lot of strong buys. Here, I think it's all going to be great buy because HubSpot is buying so many different keywords. If your competitor that you're trying to target maybe only buys 20 keywords or so, you're not going to have such a wealth of great buys. But you can even see with HubSpot, it's getting a little less exciting. We're seeing some, 10 impressions and the like, but comb through this, you're going to find some really good suggestions. And if you try it out, I think you're going to be very, very happy with the results. And that's the PPC side of SpyFu. You can really, really access potentially millions of dollars in marketing research, strategy, and experimentation, all from SpyFu if you know how to use it. And you can let your competitors do the heavy lifting for you so you can enjoy the last mover's advantage.